crypto, speed matters, but trust matters more.
At Caleb and Brown, you're never on your own. We connect you with your own personal broker and a 24/7 team,
Ready to help you buy, sell, or swap over 250 digital assets with one flat, transparent fee. No spreads, no slippage, no hidden costs. Get the best market prices through deep, aggregated liquidity executed by our professional trading desk. Your funds are secured with institutional-grade cold storage for total peace of mind. Track every move in real time with our intuitive client portal. Anywhere, anytime. Whether you're trading as an individual, trust, or business, we give you speed, security, and peace of mind. Thousands of clients in over 100 countries already trust Caleb and Brown. Visit calebandbrown.com and start your personalized crypto journey today.
There you are. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome into another episode of the Blockchain Brew Show. I am T-Square, that is Trent. And guys, it's another regular episode because I don't know if it is because we got the monthly and the weekly close, guys. We're going to go over the data real quick before and then tell you what's projecting, guys. And it's going to be a good show, guys. If you haven't already, please smash that golden like button. But not down unless you really don't like us, but up because we all like it. Yeah. But, oh yeah, smash, like that. You guys, we asked this because YouTube over here shadows us. Like sometimes we're over the shadow and they can't quite see us. So we're trying to get more outreach. And over there on Rumble and Kick, they just support us naturally. We're always growing, always substandard or subpar or whatever you want to say. We're doing great over there. How's that? I don't know what the words I'm looking for. They're not coming to me. What's up, Chara? Guys, you hit the subscribe bell too. I forgot to do that part before the thumb smashing, but you know what it is. The bell's someplace around here. Just, it's the number one way we help the channel because we always want to help everybody else around us. But thank you, everybody, for coming on. And why does the music stop? Did I just not hear it?
It's on.
Oh, I just can't hear it. I'm going crazy. I got to turn my radios up. Who we got in here? John 316, welcome in. Mughead, how you doing? John 316, Trent is my friend. Chara, gold and silver, baby. Let's go. What is up? Guys, I'm going to throw it quick on the screen. I got some coffee, guys. There's my coffee mug. There's my coffee. I'm trying to go quick because we got 13 minutes to the close, and I got to do a rundown over Bitcoin.
Hey, John, real quick. Sorry. Someone at church this morning, John, brought a dead mahogany green snake that he found in his garage that almost bit him. Would have been really bad. Anyway, serpent juice.
All right, I'm going to give you guys a 3-minute rundown over Bitcoin. We're going to do a 3-minute rundown over ETH, and then I'll let Trent do the weekly close, and then I will do it after he does, I guess. Okay, so we're jumping into the 15-minute. We're going to scale up really fast, faster than lightning itself. Let's go.
Grab a glass. I'll be back.
I can't remember. I said in the Discord, I think we were right over here when we broke up, and I was like, dude, I don't know, man. But then we broke about the 200. We ended up shooting up, got rejected, double top. We knew we were dumping. That's what happened on the 15-minute. On the 1 hour, this massive dump to the downside. Anchor trigger wave going to the downside. VWAP opening up, strength going down. Stokes and RSI are low, guys. We come over to the 4 hour. I told you on the 4 hour I was bearish. We did get a green dot, confirmed the green dot. Total fake out. Total fake out. But we'll see what we got going on right now, guys. We got Stokes RSI low, green dot shows that we should be bullish, but this thing does not look bullish, does it? It looks like manipulation. Yeah, terrible. Okay, we go to the 8 hour. The 8 hour, we got green dot. Is that divergence? Maybe ever so slightly divergence. Ever so. I'm trying to go fast, guys, because it's important to get into the dominance and Ethereum. We got very, very macro divergence going. The 21, we might be. I'm not feeling it, to be honest with you. I don't really like what I'm seeing on the charts at the moment, at least on the 8 hour, the 12 hour. 12 hours making me feel pretty good that we could get a little bump. We don't have the anchor trigger wave, though. We do got a big green dot. Last time we had a big green dot over here. We had a little fake pump up, fake out, boom. Then we had green for days. We go in the daily. I gotta erase those lines so you guys can see what I'm looking at. The monthly, and the daily, we're still slightly bearish, getting ready to roll over. The money flow has been coming down. We're almost at the zero. Strength's been coming down. Stokes RSI is still hot. 2-day, we have open doors to the downside. We get a 2-day close tomorrow. Money flow has been coming down. VWAP is low. The DBSI saying we should have and expect a little bit more to the downside. The daily also open doors to the downside. I mean, not daily, but 3-day. The 3-day closes in 10 minutes. It's also a big one for us to take a look at, Trent, is the 3-day. We're going to jump into the weekly. The weekly, still action to the downside. Very, very interesting. The price right now is supposed to be at 1010. We are currently below that, guys. We both know that, so we know that it's going to become another red candle. We're going to jump in. Is it the 2-week today, too? Oh, and we got the 2-week. It's going to be a big day of a lot of data for us to go over. And then we have divergence, bearish divergence to the downside. We swing it over to the monthly. The monthly, guys, we want it to not be this low on the monthly. It is very dangerous zone, guys. It's very dangerous. Okay, I'm going to jump over into Ethereum. How much time do we have? We have 9 minutes. Okay. Don't worry. We're going to jump into Ethereum. We swing over to the 15-minute on Ethereum. I don't even know her. Ether, I don't even know her on the 15-minute time frame. Guys, look at all that red. Just terrible thing. Maybe I should have rearranged those words better. Yeah, terrible. We have a leg and death cross on the 15-minute. Boom. We created that death cross right here. That was a screaming sign. Maybe time to get out. And not just that, we also had a red dot right there coming to the downside. Now, we are having the first signs with a little bit first curvature that we're getting oversold in the 15-minute, but the 15-minute is so weak, guys. Compared to the 1 hour, is 4 times stronger than the 15-minute. The 1 hour is screaming possibly a second red candle. We have a close in about 8 minutes, so keep an eye on that. We swing over to the 4 hour anchor trigger wave to the downside. Last time we had a little tiny trigger wave like that over here. We had, whoa, what just happened? I broke it, guys. I don't know how, but I broke the chart. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me one second. I gotta close this out. I gotta reopen it because we broke trading. Every now and again that happens. Don't ask me why. And maybe it's because I talk too fast, so I move too quickly for the computer to keep up. It's a gift and a curse sometimes, but that's why things like this happen, and then why I'm able to fix it so quickly, because it happens so much. It's one of my favorite pastimes to do is reset TradingView so everything works right. Unless you guys know how to fix it faster than me, then you feel free to tell me. I have not looked at the chat because I'm in the zone, guys. Sometimes I get in the zone with the coffee. Okay, we jump back over into Ethereum on the 4 hour. We have a trigger wave right here. Boom, 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 guys. We have the trigger wave right here. We go boom, 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 guys. I'm thinking possibly $4,120 are on the table to play for the 4 hour. Now the 12 hour is really interesting. The 12 hour is just saying we're going to be pumping up. Whoa, which one's faking out? Is the 4 hours the 12 hour? I don't know. 12 hour is actually really strong. That's really interesting. Huh? You know, well, we got 6 minutes to close. I'm leaning towards maybe a fake out on the 12 hour, but we'll find out in the next data. The daily time frame, we have a doji candle for a trend reversal. We should start moving up in the upwards direction. Interesting. We do have a little bit of curvature coming in on the 1 hour. We jump into the 2-day. The 2-day and the 3-day still show some downwards action. So the mid time frame is actually looking kind of bullish. The short time bearish, longer time frame kind of bearish as well. And the monthly is coming in at $4,099, which actually the monthly is coming in bullish, which is kind of a weird thing to say when we think the weekly is coming in negative. We're going to swing over the dominance, and I'm going to let Trent take it over for the rest of the candle close. So we come over to the dominance. Let's go over to the dominance. Dominance. Open. Oh, we have Pepe in the chat. Hey, welcome in, Pepe. You and John are besties now. You guys are absolute best friends. The dominance actually broke through the 21 strong pump trend. Very interesting to see the curvature up, guys. I think everybody is running into Bitcoin right now. Dominance is bouncing up with double green dot. I can't see why we can't continue to go up a little bit more, at least on the 4 hour. The 12 hour hasn't rolled over yet. Still kind of bearish on the 12 hour, but the 4 hour are looking bullish. So maybe it'll roll the 12 over. Dude, honestly, dominance on the daily is still kind of looking kind of nasty to me, if you ask me. I think we could get a deeper candle to the downside. Yeah. Okay, Chen, you go ahead and take it over. Go, 3, 2, 1, go, Chen. You're on the screen.
Well, let's see here. We do have 5 minutes till the monthly close, and I am not in as nearly as much of a rush as T-Squared. So, look, I've got this must go faster. This is a hazy IPA from Canada, John 316. Someone gave this to me. It's still somewhat fresh. It was canned in August, so never tried anything from this brewery. We're gonna try it out, see what we're working with.
Pepe. John, what's it saying about calling people fools? You know, you read the Bible. What are you doing over there calling Pepe a fool?
I'm gonna give this like a 7.4. It's alright. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Okay, guys, I'm going to tell you what I'm concerned about on the Bitcoin chart right now. And then I'm going to try to dig my way out of it. Let's see, make sure I'm up. Okay. Here's what I'm concerned about, guys. I'm going to be honest. This looks like tweezer tops on the monthly.
Pepe, I also took profit on Crow. I didn't sell my whole bag. I only sold a third, but I ended up buying XLM because I was like, hey, I also believe in XLM too.
Bible says, don't know your pearls is swine as well. So this looks like tweezer tops on the monthly. So when's the last time we got this? You could say right here. And then that was the crash to 74K. We had tweezer tops come in right here on the monthly. That was the top of the market in 2021. We kind of had tweezer tops right here. That was the May crash in 2021. We had tweezer tops back here on the monthly. And that was the top of the bull run in 2018, January 2018. We call it 2017, but, you know, January 1st, 2018 is when it really topped. So guys, I'm not gonna lie, that's a little concerning. Now, look, the way that these tweezers can work though, watch some of them to the bottom right here. There's this cluster down here, you know, and we still got, on this third one, we still got that next punt. Well, it would have been a dump, but you know, if you invert the chart, right, we still got that that cluster right there. If you invert the chart, we got a cluster right here. If you also invert the chart, we have this cluster of wicks right here. We didn't get that much of a correction because of it, and then we still pumped up significantly, you know, or crashed rather, but you get the point. So you know, guys, it's tough because at the same time, none of the traditional top indicators have signaled. I'm going to erase all those drawings now. The Pi cycle top signal has not has not flashed yet. You go to Glassnode and all of the traditional top signals for the top of the cycle, none of them have flashed yet. So I don't know. I think that we can definitely, defy this, these tweezers right here. But I'm going to be honest, what I think it would turn into is I think it would turn into a series of,
Hey, Trent. 25 seconds. Are you on the monthly chart?
Yeah.
So you guys get ready. We're going to do the countdown in 10 seconds, and we're going to watch the new data come in. Are we bullish or bearish, Trent?
Well, bearish.
I'm bearish too.
I mean, bullish in the
What's up,
sense
Trade
that,
Institution? What's crack-a-lackin', bro? Thank you for coming in. Okay, you guys, we're 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown. All right. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, the red. Oh, the red hurts my heart. Okay, Trent. Did it come in on yours?
yeah. But, I said bearish, but look, what I was about to say before we counted down was not bearish in the sense that, we're not getting a bearish engulfing candlestick right here. So that's good. We didn't see a red candle that's bigger than the green candle that preceded it. So that's good. But, with these wicks up here, what I'm saying is we can definitely defy these tweezers up here. But I do think what it would look like is it would look like a series of more wicks to the upside for the rest of this year. And then what you would end up with is sort of a cluster of tweezers right there while altcoins run and then everything prepares to crash afterward. So, I mean, I don't know. I think we're in for some volatility. I don't think that the top is in for Bitcoin, but these tweezers are telling me that the top is close. I mean, close might mean like a few more months, but I don't know. I don't like those tweezers. Someone could also say that like this is bearish divergence on the monthly right here. And welcome to our new guest. My bad for being a bad host. You guys need to interview Trade Intuition. He is a good guy, has a great channel. Oh, nice.
Yeah, dude, we'll totally have you on, man. I'd love to have you on, chat with you. Have a little off script times, and then we'll have you on for on script time, dude.
Yeah,
I've never seen your work before. I would love to take a look at it too. I'll do that tonight.
Yeah, and also, we may not be the biggest, the best, or the brightest crypto community on YouTube, but we're definitely the most hydrated crypto community on YouTube. So if you join the Brew Crew by subscribing to the channel, that's what you're getting over here. And additionally, if you sub to the channel, you will touch T-Square right in his banana zone, which happens to be his heart. So there you go. Yeah, man, I'm excited. DM us. Here, I'll put our email in the chat too. blockchainandbrew@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter too and DM, but there you go. Sub for all the notifications. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Greatly appreciated.
Bless you, sir.
So let me drag my chart down here a little bit. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about is those tweezer tops and bearish divergence on. Look, and the stochastics just printed it too on this monthly chart.
I know. We're supposed to have a good month with the rate cuts. What's the chances that we don't get a rate cut in September?
Well, show me the charts. I'll show you the news, I guess. But,
or Trent, what if we get like we happened last year in October? We had the first 3 weeks in October were absolutely horrendous, and then the last week in October we went absolutely nuts and shot up and had set up for November.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, Duality.
I-
See, welcome into the show. Blessings to you, sir.
I do like the fact that, I mean, look, I don't want to see this divergence printing, but, if you look at this, the stochastics are not like super, super high when this comes in. So even if the Stokes turned around from right here and went all the way to the bottom, I mean, I don't think that you're looking at some kind of mega crash from that. If the Stokes were up here and they crashed, I mean, let's just
I
backtest.
got your email trade. Or Joe. No, I know your name.
Let's
Hey,
just,
Duality, I see that you put an alien emoji in the chat. I just wanted to point out is I am the leader of Pluto Alliance Aliens. That's how me and Trent met, actually. And I've spent more money and lost more money on aliens than most people would imagine.
guys, the last time the Stokes showed a bearish divergence on the monthly, it led to the bear market.
Oh, dude, 100% trade. That's how it's a freaking rigged game, man. They always frick up those numbers, and then they revise them later. It's that game that they play. That's why Trump hates it so much. He's like, you guys should have cut rates a long time ago, you freaking manipulators manipulating.
I'm struggling with these charts right now. So let me. What's up?
We got 420 subs. Thank you guys for 419, 420. I just got up because 420 is a funny number. You want me to give you some good news, Trent, on my chart?
Well, hold on. I'm gonna look for some right now.
I have the greatest sense of humor, Trent.
So look here on the weekly, the stochastics are very low. They're almost at zero. So this tells me that we've got to do something positive. And then if we go to the 2 week, the 21 is sitting down here at 100K. We do have a bearish MACD cross. And yeah, we can come down there to 100K to meet the 21 period moving average, which is what we did back here.
Oh no, Trent, when we're watching, Bitcoin price just fell below 108.
Well, yeah, I did that the other day too. So this. Yeah, let me see what you're looking at. If you've got anything positive.
Oh, I was joking.
Oh, you were joking. Okay.
No, but I'll show you what I'm looking at though. I mean, we would spend. I don't want to do a 15 minute. 15 minute, yeah, we're dumping guys. It's probably gonna at least come down to 107, 800. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the monthly. Now, what I did kind of have something good to say though, Trent. I wish I could scroll faster when I'm shrinking up my stuff. Okay, so when you were talking about the tweezer tops, we literally had tweezer tops, the exact same little tops like we just had right here, and then we had 3 red candles, and then we took off again. So who's to say that we won't have 2 red candles and then take off again? You know what I mean? So I'm just saying is if you look at the previous cycles, the tops were, this was October, November, right? Well, everybody's been saying it looks very similar to the 2017 top, and that would be December, January. Who's to say the bull euphoric is not in December, January, which would be this candle right here and this candle, which means we could have 1, 2, 3 candles, or 1, 2, 3. Good candle, right then. There's the euphoric in 2026. Hey, that's what happened in 17. I heard a lot of people say that we mimic that. I mean, why can't we have 2, 3 red candles and then have our parabolic shoot off top? Everything's going nuts. Everything's going crazy. It might also line up with the interest rate cuts too, but we will have to wait and see how it all plays out. I know. And on the monthly, we did get a red dot right here, and we do have bearish divergence. I know Trent was going to tell me, no, that's not bearish divergence, because that's what he always does. He's usually
I just showed it on mine.
But I've seen it. I'm seeing it, guys. I've seen it. We shall see. Yes. And then we go to the 2 week, because we also had the 2 week close to, and the 2 weeks also saying bearish, or it's bearish. Bearish divergence on the 2 week, even stronger on the 2 week trend than it is on the monthly. And you know, that might not be the end of the world. The money flow is still looking good. The VWAP's not a strong VWAP to the downside. You know, back here, this is a very strong VWAP. This is not that strong. It looks very mild. We could actually 17, 14. You know, it could reverse by the end of this month. Maybe we'll get one more bad month, September. We bounce off this, and we'll start going up and up and up. Bounce off the 21. Look, I mean, we came down over here, bounced off the 21. Came down and bounced off the 21, and who's to say that we won't come down here and bounce off the 21 again? I mean, that seems pretty realistic. I'm just trying to give you guys a little bit of hopium here. The weekly, we are bouncing off the 21 currently, but we'll wait and see. Like we're rewinding time on the larger time frames. We actually broke slightly below it on the weekly before we bounced off it. The weekly is bouncing off the 50-day, which actually makes sense because if you go to the 2 week, you know, bounce out to be 50.
Yeah.
We're going to rewind it. Look at the 3 day. The 3 day, you know, it does like a little bit spent. We're coming up to the 50 again. When you expand, you grow out, dude. Like we were just talking about, the time frames kind of match up. So now look at the larger time frames. We're touching these little green ones. We should say we don't come down and touch this little green one down here, you know, 99. I said like a week ago, I think that we're coming down to 100K-ish range, right in that sweet spot. And I still am kind of believing in it, man. 8611, the DBSI saying that the bears are in control, guys. We are along for the ride. We just are. We'll probably come back down to these lower ranges.
Yeah. Well, look, here's
But the daily does look pretty spent, Trent. So
yeah.
Maybe we'll get like a green day or two.
Well, the daily spent to the downside. You mean? Yeah, the stochastics are like at 0.
Yeah.
So we have to do something. In my mind, like, I also want to show this. So, look, here's all of the traditional cycle top indicators. You have the pi cycle top indicator, right? And it has not triggered yet. You have the Bitcoin rainbow price chart index, and look how it is not. It has not even ventured into the yellow yet.
Oh, it didn't show up.
On what was that?
I was trying to put trade institution as heart on the screen, but it came up as like a little logo. I was like, oh, it didn't work. Like,
oh, yeah. So you know, on the rainbow chart, we have not even tapped into the yellow yet on this. So, and then you come down here, you have all of these traditional, you know, top indicators in the previous cycles that go off, and none of them have triggered yet.
Not a single one, Trent?
No, like you have all the red X's over here, right? And none of them have triggered. The most famous ones are the pi cycle top indicator, the Puel multiple, maybe the Bitcoin rainbow chart. You know, none of these have, you know, long-term holder supply. None of these have triggered yet.
You want to go over the most popular one, or maybe the pi cycle?
The new pool. The new pool is a big one too. Yeah, I'll go over the pi cycle just for anyone that may not have seen it or may not know how to access it on TradingView. I'll share this tab instead. You just head over here. I got to get rid of one of my indicators though. Let's see. Head over here to indicators and just search pi cycle.
What do you think what's going to happen tomorrow with the Real Liberty Financial token? I think it's going to dump, Trent. I think it's going to dump, but I'll probably buy it if it goes down really low.
Probably. So I don't know why that's showing it like that. I'm used to looking at the green one with a circle.
I just saw this post on X Trent by Jason Caspin. He says, "Do you think all Ben Armstrong X's new YouTube videos are AI?" And 42% of people said yes.
Oh no.
Hey guys, I love seeing Ben back in the space. It just makes me feel more bullish that all season's coming.
So yeah, look, I mean, the point is none of them have flashed yet. I'm gonna come over here and look at Bitcoin dominance and then Ethereum real quickly.
Oh,
So
God, my back's a little better today, but it's still, man, it's sore, dude. I've been doing lemon water. A lot of lemon water that helped out.
Bitcoin dominance on the monthly is down here at almost 0 on the stochastics, but that can trend sideways and keep doing that for a little while because we did also get a bearish MACD cross on the monthly for Bitcoin dominance. We got this very large breakdown with a candle close confirmation. You know, the last time that we fell out of this huge rising wedge, we did not close a candle underneath the trend line. So, so there's that. If we go to the 2-week for Bitcoin dominance, you know, same thing. We fell out of this rising wedge, which leads me to believe that there's more downside to come.
It's terrible, guys. We don't want no downside in Bitcoin. We want all upside forever.
Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance.
Just say Bitcoin D.
So now on the weekly chart,
282.
what concerns me is that the stochastics are very, very low on all of these, which means that Bitcoin dominance could get a little bit of a relief rally, and this is as the price of Bitcoin is looking bad. So, I mean, this could be another fake out for altcoin season until October, November.
Guys, CryptoFace said that he's just going to hit the snooze button until October. So he's not expecting anything in September. Now, something's really interesting, though, too, Trent. I've noticed with Market Cypher, sometimes it's almost like it lagging a little bit, like not a lot. Like, well, for example, if you look at the week will say bearish, but then you have a really good week, and then it pops up to indicate, oh, now we have a green dot. So, you know, that could happen this month. It could be like really negative, and then we, like Trent said, we get a fake out, and instant reversal, boom, we have a green, which is very possible to have if we get the rate cuts coming. What if we get a 0.5? There's a chance we get a 0.5. That'd be huge.
Right. So if we're gonna say that Ethereum is a marker for altcoins, well, Ethereum on the monthly, I mean, it had a big wick. I don't like that, but it did break above this very important range right here. If I get rid of this middle line and then I go back to the, let's just say the weekly, I don't want that line. What I want is, well, you know, we have this megaphone pattern.
It kind of looks like a megaphone pattern.
Yeah, the two white lines.
I mean, this is really high-end TA that we're trying to pull off here, because it's making out of the ordinary patterns how it traditionally should be right now. I mean, it should be going up, but how the data is coming through is very obscure. Like, they don't want us to know what the market makers are doing.
Yeah.
Out of
So-
the ordinary.
We did get above this range right here, and now we've closed 2 candles above this important green line right here. Ethereum, let me look at like some smaller stuff. So 3-day, you have this breakout from a bullish pennant, the 21 rising up. We're about to get a golden cross on the 3-day for Ethereum. The 50 moving average crossing above the 200 moving average. And this is as the stochastics are like literally at 0 for Ethereum on the 3-day. So, that does suggest some more upside to come for Ethereum. Daily. Even if we retested this previous breakout right here, 38, the 50 moving average coming in at 4,000. We're still above a pretty important line of support. And the stochastics are at 0. So, Ethereum could be signaling more upside for altcoins, but it's rough given the fact that Bitcoin looks like it's stumbling right now.
Yeah. It's almost like Ethereum has to pull Bitcoin up versus Bitcoin usually pulling everything else up.
Yeah, which has happened in bull runs.
We were trying to remain bullish to AA2, but this month does look kind of bearish, which almost doesn't really make sense because of the rate cuts. But the whole month does look bearish.
Yeah, to AA2, in my opinion, the question is not exactly when should we shift super bearish as in a bear market. My question, and I'm going to be really honest, my question is at what point should we shift toward an elongated cycle? And we've been talking about this on the channel. And look, if you haven't heard me say it before, I think that, when you look at diminished returns for Bitcoin, dropping 90%, in the first bear market, 80% the next time, and then 70%, and then 70% in the last bear market. Well, guys, if losses are diminishing and you end up with a 50% pullback, well, part of the reason that the traditional bear markets have lasted, an entire year and then moved sideways for a year after that is because it takes such a long time for Bitcoin to recover from a 70, 80, 90% crash. But if Bitcoin crashes 50%, like when in the May crash during 2021, it only took Bitcoin a couple months to recover from that. And so what you can end up looking at are sort of cycles within cycles. And so I'm not, and I've said this before, the 4-year cycle guys will look back at this cycle and they'll say, even if we elongate into Q1 of 2026, the 4-year cycle purists are going to look back and say, see, the 4-year cycle is still intact. Like, we didn't extend that much longer, right? But then the elongated cycle guys are going to look back and say, no, it did elongate. And then they're still going to argue over it next year. And so, but what that's telling me, though, is that I have to start asking the question, are the cycles elongating and do we go into 2026? Like, and I know I'm not the only one out there asking it. I know I know that premise is out there. I mean, that premise is in our chat right now. Muffhead is saying it. Muffhead's been trying to tell me for a while. And like, the way that this monthly candle closed, I might be in that boat now.
Like what you said, none of the bull run indicators saying that it's over have clicked. And when you look at the charts, it's like 2-3 red candles and we jump, then 2-3 red candles and we jump. And now we just got our first red candle. So you're thinking, are we getting another 2 more red candles before it just absolutely goes nuts? I mean, it's very possible that it's elongated, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think it's over. I just don't.
Yeah.
Let me see some trend. I want to go over Ethereum and kind of go over what you were pointing out too.
Yeah. While you put yourself on the chart, I just want to say this, guys. Rate cuts. The Fed. One of the board members of the Fed has already come out and said that the Fed is basically behind on rate cuts. They're behind schedule.
Didn't they say the next like 3-6 months of possible rate cuts?
Yeah, and also, someone just said 50 basis points by October. So, and when he said yes to that question, he said that the Fed is very behind.
And 6 months of cuts puts us in an elongated cycle. I don't care what anybody says. Did I just lose you, Trent, or did you go on mute?
I'm muted. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true. So, we have rate cuts. We also have ETFs. Guys, these ETF decisions, the final deadlines are in October. The final deadlines are in October. And they have 2 decisions. They either approve them or deny them. There's no more delaying them anymore.
Yeah.
There's no more delaying them anymore. The SEC has to either approve or deny ADA, XRP, Solana, and with a bullish Securities and Exchange Commission that is initiating Project Crypto and preparing to tour 50 cities across the United States to bring in industry leaders in the space.
Yep.
And talk about their plans. Like I don't.
I think Paul, what's his name? Paul Atkins, who took over the spot? Freaking dropping the name ball. Is it Paul?
Yeah.
Well, I think he'd be in some hot water, man, because Trump put him in and said, "Hey, go get crypto approved," and if he denies everything, he might be replaced. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna jump into my favorite segment, and then we're gonna jump into Ethereum. Guys, we partnered with BitBuy over here, and they have been so good to us over there. Alex, the head of partnerships, he's just been kind to us, and he hooked us up and he said, "Hey guys, here's another event going on. If you guys use a link, you can save 20% on trading fees. No KYC, no VPN. Super slick, super easy to use. If you deposit $100, they give you a 60% bonus for those it's for those new guys who really need the extra money to learn how to trade and how to play around with. If you're a little bit more intermediate, you can deposit $500 and get a $100 bonus, which is 20%. If you're a little bit more advanced, you can deposit $1,000 and get your $200 trading bonus volume. And if you're really skilled, you know what you're doing, deposit the $5,000, you get the $1,000 bonus in trading volume. And if you can't afford to use your $5,000, guys, you can also just deposit it, get your bonus the next day or two, then throw your money back over where you had it and just park it there. And then use the $1,000 to trade with and have fun with, and just have fun, I guess. Just be careful, guys, because we want to see people make money in this space. We don't want to see anyone get liquidated. Put your calls or you're thinking in the group so we can give you some feedback on what other people are viewing. Because if you get 3 or 4 people, 3, 4, 5, even a dozen people looking at your call, you might be able to be like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't get into that. That's very interesting to take into consideration. But hey, guys, if you want to support the channel, please use our link. It's awesome. And if you do use it, you do sign up, you get grandfathered into our Discord for life, and we will start charging at 500 subscribers, and we have been approaching that really fast this week, guys. Last Thursday we were at 350, so for all we know, it could be next week we start charging. So please come on over to Discord and have some fun with us. All right, guys, I'm gonna jump into Ethereum once I find my mouse so I can share screen. All right, here we go. Okay, so it's really interesting because the monthly we have open doors to the upside still. Like straight up, I would expect us to be over about $5,000 by this next month, which is a really good sign. That's good news. How we're going to get there, I don't really know. Money Plus slightly came down, but VWAP slightly came down over the 0 line, so I'm feeling okay with that. And then we jump over to the 2-week. This is the interesting part. The 2-week, but Trent's saying too, it could be a fake out. But the weird part is that Bitcoin doesn't look overly bullish, but the 2 week on Ethereum is actually bullish. We lost a little bit of momentum going from a 12 to a 6, but the blue waves have not crossed over yet. If it was a full hump, like almost like this, like we're right here, I'd be like, oh shoot, but we're not there yet. And we have not formed that perfect cup. And the VWAP is still below the zero line. Above the zero line. If we cross below it, would be not a great horseshoe. But the money flow also has not really shrank down from where we have been at. We jump over the weekly. Now this is where it kind of gets a little thicker skin, because now we have closed. We have got that hump. We have got that red dot. Now we're in a little bit of a thinking out moment right here. But you know what's really weird about this is we go, oh shoot, we have a 13 to 13. Bulls actually kept their, or Bears actually kept their strength. We have 10, 0, -1. We're going, oh my gosh, the whole world is ending. Well, what Trent was pointing out earlier with Ethereum, it's really interesting to see the 21 crossing the 200 and the 50. What does that mean, guys? What does it mean when 21 crosses the 50 and crosses the 200? What would you say that means, Trent?
Golden cross.
Golden cross, baby. Let's freaking go. So we haven't got this red dot confirmed. The 2 week and the monthly still haven't confirmed yet. So we're still looking good on Ethereum. The only reason why I could say bearish on Bitcoin and bullish on Ethereum is maybe altcoin season is here. You know, and let's get ready to party, guys. Let's get ready to party. The VWAP is not strong to the downside. Money flow still has been increasing. Yeah, I get it. We got a couple candles. Okay, it's no worries. Let's see how it plays. I read a couple red candles right here, guys. Boom, boom. Okay, now boom, boom. Okay, well, boom. We shot up, dude. These use the previous average candle. So we jump over to regular candles. Look at that. We literally started down freaking here, and we closed up. Okay, I'm using.
I can't believe I didn't mention this yet, but also, guys, we still have that CME gap up at $117,000 per Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly. And we all know those get filled sooner than later. And so it's not give up hope. It's just saying we have a bearish outlook right now on Bitcoin, but maybe Ethereum is looking a little bit better. There was some wishy-washy in there. It's not a clean, easy slate. I like to trade this clean, easy. I'll take my abide on my time and I take it. I don't need to always be in a trade. And I like to dot my I's, cross my T's. But this is a little bit muddy water, but it's not totally the end of the world. And I don't feel that bad about it. Now I'm looking at Ethereum. I'm going to the 2 day. The 2 day says, yeah, we might have. It's not a huge jump in strength. You know, this went from a 15 to an 18. This went from 18 to a 19. It's slowing down, guys. Why would it be slowing down? The 21's catching up, dude. We don't have to go as far down to hit the 21 to get that bounce off. And the money flow is still good. It has been coming down, but it's still good. The VWAP is not super heavy, you know, like over here. We know we're positive was a 23, right? Well, in the 23 we shot up. We're only at a -8, and it looks like it's plateaued. So it's not that bad of a sign, guys. And usually we don't stay that long down in the red. And I mean, we're down in the red right here. We plateaued at 13. We're not even that bad yet. This is -13. We're almost more like right here, where it's a -8, which wasn't that bad. We had a couple of red candles, and we kind of, we had a couple of candles fake out, came down. Well, I don't care. Regardless, my point is that we're not in a terrible spot. The daily, it's still showing downwards action, but it's almost like it wants to make a trigger wave like this. See, we got a trigger wave right there. It came down. Look at this. Whoosh! It came down. People were probably freaking out as we came down. And then all of a sudden, we get this green dot perfectly on the zero line. Look at that trigger wave. It's so tight. And then we got the momentum to go up. We went like this. We're right here, and we went whoosh. We're right here, guys. We're just below, under the zero line, -7, -1. Who's to say that we don't get a whoosh? Okay. It happened right here. We had half a week of red, and then we took off again. Half a week of red, we could take off again. In fact, you could technically say we're in this pattern right here, and I think Trent sees it. I see it, and I think this is a bull flag. We'll break out of the flag, grab the little base, and boom, put us up the top. We could be sitting at 6,200, and then we would be like, wow, that was a fake out. That was mean. We did the same thing right over here. You know, all we have to do is break back in. I'm just saying what I'm seeing, guys. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? It doesn't mean it's over till it's over. The money flow in the last day has actually increased with the last two 12-hour candles we've got. And this looked like, to me, was the actual bottom right here, where this wick right here. We didn't even wick that far down on the 12-hour. I think that could have been the bottom. That one was the lowest of the money flow. Now it's been increasing. Who's to say it doesn't start increasing? And that's what it should be doing. That's what we should be seeing in this altcoin season. I'm feeling okay right now. I think Trent's feeling pretty okay. Yeah, the 4 hours kind of miffy, But the 12 hours in, it's okay, man. Just chill out. We're not below the 200. If we fell below the 200, then we'll start screaming. Let's start screaming fall below 200. I don't see that yet. I mean, it could be just the coffee talking because I don't got no high-end octane fuzzy wuzzy drinks like Trent has over there. But the coffee and cream still does the trick right now. And I'm feeling rather okay about looking at Ethereum. I mean, yeah, Bitcoin's not. Look at that. It's not. That's pretty bad chart, guys. You know, on the 1 hour, the 12 hour. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. I can't say I'm super bullish on this chart, but the daily, it almost wants to start flipping. The 2 day, it came down pretty hard already. I mean, what if we just start? We have one more 2 day candle, and it stops right here. We flash it close right here, and then we start working our way up. And that's could be the rounded momentum that we've been looking for. 2 days after that, we could be looking pretty good. So I'm just saying, don't give up hope, guys. You know, the water's muddy right now. This is the bull run. The freaking market makers are in control. They're trying to freak everybody out. Don't just, you know, DCA and hodl, man. We come over to the liquidity map. This is pretty interesting, okay? We're on, what is this time frame? I actually changed the zoom in on this trend so people can see a little bit more clearly. We're on the 24 hour. There's no reason why we can't come down and scoop up this liquidity and drop down to, look at this big old empty spot, dude. If I was a market maker, I'd be like, dude, I'm totally coming down, scooping all this liquidity up, and I'm going to come back up and get it up over here. And then that'll set us up to continue, you know. Get that
look at this look at this though. Go to the 1 week on that liquidation map.
Yeah, I was expanding over there because here's the 48 hours, Trent. We're already ate a good chunk into there. All these people thought that was the bottom, guys. Let them eat these guys up, you know. I'm sorry to say, guys, if I was going to put a long, I'd probably put it down over here and try to catch one that works. I mean, we could come up to a 105. And that's the one of the ranges we actually read into. We got the 1 week because Trent loves us. Trent is my friend. Look at that. There's a lot of liquidations down there, but oh, doggy. Oh, hot ho, doggy. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Is like a beam of light in a lighthouse where the sharks could see the lighthouse and they could eat it. This is titanium sharks in the middle of the ocean, and they eat rocks and lights. And that is a beam of light coming out, man. If I was a shark with titanium teeth and wanted to eat rocks and metal and stuff, that's where I'd want to go. But if I'm going to go up there, when I want to come down and eat this little snack before I want to travel upstream to eat this bigger fish, that's where I come first. I eat the snack, got my energy, now I can go up for this bigger lighthouse to eat. That's how we roll, Trent. That is how we roll. You have any news, Trent?
Go ahead, what?
Any news?
No, not really today, but
well, why don't you talk about Will Liberty coming out tomorrow? What's your thoughts on that?
Well,
you want to pull up the chart?
Sure. You can. I'm gonna scroll through X a little bit to see what I'm finding about the monthly flows right now.
Guys, Trent is pulling out the big arms, man, like this, and he's going to go into Twitter Spaces, and he's going to pull out the good stuff for you. You know, before I pull it up, I'm going to jump over here, okay? Because I just want to look at some of this data. I'm going to jump over to bubbles. I'm going to go to the daily, the top 100. And this core meme is always kind of a weird, wonky one, man. I still don't really know what this is. But it has been coming up. That is such a weird wick, dude. What? Why? Here's the daily. Polls actually doing pretty good, up 8%. Wow, Poll. I can't believe you're doing it. And Hex is also up 8%, 2.2. Everything else is down 1-2%, pretty much trading sideways. We're going to jump over to the weekly. Crow, all doing great. Now, if I was a DCA guy and I was thinking about what should I DCA into, I think Piddle looks pretty good. You got Aerodrome down 20%. I really don't like Farcoin, so if I had to choose between Farcoin and Piddle, I would probably choose Piddle because it just sounds better. It was also down a little bit more. I actually did accumulate XLM this week. I took some profits, got my Crow, and went like that and swapped right on over. I didn't do my whole bag, but I am bullish on it. Pangu down. You know, if you guys don't have any Pangu, this could be a good time to pick up some Pangu. It's in a falling pattern. This would be a first buy zone. If it breaks that pattern, I would expect to see it maybe stop right here at 23 cents and then ultimately we could see it come down to like the 15. So you got 3-step pattern, boom, 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 bye, bye, bye. Altcoin down 12%. That's not too bad. We'll check over the monthly. The monthly, interesting. What do you guys think that you should buy in the monthly? There's Penguins. Penguins does look like a good time to pick up some XTC. I hear a lot about hype about XTC. I don't own any XTC. Even though you're in a falling wedge pattern right here in this little area of zone, could be a good time to purchase some. I do think so. Not financial advice, but it's something that I would consider. Lido DAF, Sky, Ton coin might be an okay one, down 14%. Really up. Wow, look at the year. I mean, if you look at it like that, you can't buy a better bottom than that to me. If you're looking at the year, that's looking pretty slick. It's pretty slick, guys.
Whoa. Sorry about that.
What? Did you see something on X that you shouldn't have seen?
No, I was scrolling on X and the volume on a video passed it into my microphone.
Hey, I do.
And it's all good.
I do see that we picked up 3 subscribers just now. We got 421, 422, and 423. Shout out to you guys. You know who you are. If you were in the chat, say something. Just say your number, and I'll love to give you a shout out on the stream. Give you a little bit of praise and love for blessing us. And I hope I can see you in the Discord, man. I would love to see you in there. We talk daily TA and people good hangout space, and join while you can before there's a pay to get in type dealio coming in. It's not going to be outrageous, guys. It's like $8-10 a month. I think that's where we're starting with. I don't really believe that people charging $100 a month for any Discord, man. I'm like, $100 a month. I just feel like that's so much money, dude. I've been in a couple of those Discords and I find them super helpful, but I just feel like $100 is a lot, dude. I feel like when you start charging $100 a month, no offense to anybody out there who does, I think that you're going out of touch with reality and out of people's wallets, man. This is like a freaking recession we're in right now, man. It's freaking everybody's trying to get some dough. It's hard, man. I'm like, I don't have money. I'd love to be in your Discord. I'm like, can I give you an IOU? Can I trade? And I'll if I could trade and be successful, I'll give you $100 off my trade. Like paying for a Discord, man. It's hard, dude. You know what? Let's take a look at Crowcoin. Oh, no. We're going to do Will Liberty. That's what we're going to do, Trent, right?
Yeah.
Distract Will Liberty. Wouldn't it be funny if people actually buy WIF thinking that they're buying Will Liberty? Be like, whoops. So I guess this is the pre-sale right now on Will Liberty. And we pretty much told everybody this probably is the top. I can't remember when that back was, but I was like looking at it and I was like, dude, I don't know. Actually, you know what? We tried this out. We said we could break out, but we're on the blue wave coming down. And we got the trigger wave. And I was like, dude, I don't really know too much, but it's a trigger wave. Trigger waves play out. Boom, it shot up. Now we're coming down again with that red dot. Coming down. Currently, it doesn't look crazy bullish. We might come down lower to the 21. I personally think that we might dump tomorrow because everybody thinks it's going live and things go live. But, Coinbase and Circle, they freaking went absolutely nuts when they launched. So I guess I don't know. You're not you. You're a 420 subscriber. You were not your 420 subscriber unless you unsubscribe and resubscribe. Messing with me, man. I was cracking up, though, about that. We jump into the 1 hour on Will Liberty Finance. We are bouncing off the 21, which is, I would say bearish, guys. That's a lower high. Lower highs are bearish. Bearish. We haven't got a lower low yet, but it does look like the momentum wave is coming down. VWAP is coming down. So, yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot of data to go off of, but we're going to say we're going to be accumulating to bearishness. Zora, I would say we're bearish. We got a red dot on the 6 hour. Never a good sign. I'm sliding in my office chair. Wow, that is mean. Look at that. Trigger wave down, trigger wave up, trigger wave down. A little bit of manipulation going on right there. I would say I'd be bearish right here. Stokes RSI reset. This is the low. The VWAP's kind of giving it to me. Zebek, please. I would say bearish. John, we were talking about Zebek. What is it? Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? So one of the 4 hours we could it was 2 days ago. I think I told you back here. I was like, dude, I don't know, man. I think we're gonna reset a little bit more. Yep. Look at that though. A red pattern like this coming down. Look at this red pattern. This is a straight blood coming down. I think we could bounce off here pretty soon. I mean, what I first thing I see when I look at this is I'm not necessarily bullish, but there is bullish divergence coming in and possible green dots. So if I was going to trade this is a pretty good entry to get in. I wouldn't say it's like screaming breakout, but it's screaming, hey, there's some gains coming in. We jump to the 4 hour. The 4 hour, we are bouncing off this trend line, and then it wants to break up. Money flow is still down, but man, look at that VWAP. It beat down. Stokes RSI beat down. Strength beat down. 17 and 18. It's still saying we might get 1-2 red candles, but you're not trying to time the bottom, but that could be a good sign right there. It could be. Another daily, we haven't quite gotten ready to flip out. Like what we're saying, like if Ethereum goes, I think Zebek's gonna go. Don't own any Zebek. But if we do break down, our next little bit of range will be 34 and 30 cent range for the next little bit of support. And then we break that, we're going to head down to the 26, and then break that, we'll probably head down to, break the pattern, we'll head down to the 19 cent range, which I don't think that we'll go that low. Honestly, I think we're getting pretty close to being overbought, or oversold. Instead of overbought, I'm not oversold. We'll probably get one, maybe two more candles, maybe like 35 cent range, a couple more pennies down. If it doesn't start reversing here pretty soon, I think we'll probably have a couple more days to the downside before we flip. Are you ready, Trent? Trent, you're mute.
Oh yeah, here I go. Okay, so guys, over here on X, go to our profile. I just kind of aggregated some things for us here. Some of it's for Cardano, but let's see. This is what I just showed us on CoinMarketCap. He said, all of you bears screaming top when 0 out of 30 bull market peak indicators have flashed. There you go, none of them. Pi cycle top indicator looks like it 61% of the way to a top. Pure multiple.
Is that being pulled off a coin glass, Trent?
This is yes, data from CoinGlass. Yeah. Pure multiple is 60% of the way through the cycle. ETF to Bitcoin ratio. I mean, I can't count that because we've only had ETFs for this cycle. But definitely the Pi cycle and the Pure multiple. The rainbow chart is also 60% of the way through the cycle. Altcoin season index, like 80% of the way through. And Bitcoin dominance is 87% of the way through, meaning that
wow, it's 100% hold still. I didn't notice that.
I mean, that's coming sooner rather than later. The new pool is very important. That's 80% of the way done. So those are some things to consider, and my takeaway from that is that it is scary in the sense that what it's screaming to me is an extended cycle. And the reason that's scary is that
uncharted territory.
Yeah, exactly. We don't like change.
Unknown.
We don't like the unknown. And also,
that's why I don't swim in the ocean.
It leaves some room for a little bit of dumpage right here. A full-blown bear market dump? No, I don't believe so. But it leaves some room for some dumpage right here if we're going to go into 2026. And then,
will you say that officially that you believe we're in an extended cycle?
Well, I can't because, like I said earlier, if it peaks in what I can say is it's going to peak in. I don't know. It's so hard. It's so hard because we can say that, and then ETFs can just freaking cause everything to go into a parabolic top, like very quickly.
If this extended cycle, can we see to in BTC?
Absolutely, absolutely. I don't know, man. I will flip over here to Cardano Spotlight real quick. We'll go out of order. It's a Sunday.
Well, the only thing too, Trent, is that if we go into extended cycle, you know, I can't really quit my job till 2026 because I am so close to getting my pension for life, and we actually have medical for life, so I might as well stick it out a few more months before retiring.
Yeah, I know. Let's see here. Where was I at? Okay, so am I showing on the screen? Let me come over here and change the little bottom banner, Cardano Spotlight. Okay, so can you cut the music for me?
Yeah.
Because again,
let's hear what Hosky has to say here about Cardano from his surprise AMA.
Because again, we want an outcome. We want Cardano to win. What incentive do I have to destroy Cardano and make it go down in flames? What incentive? I created it. I'm the founder of it. The rest of my life, brand and reputation is tied to the success or failure of this thing. You think for one damn minute that I want Ethereum to be above Cardano? No, I want it to win. Every day I wake up and I say, what can we do to enhance the state of affairs? I also have to have shared experiences with you guys. One of the reasons why IO was tone deaf was that we weren't connected to the DevX. We didn't have products like smart contracts in the ecosystem. We wrote the languages, but we never ended up using the tools. What are we doing with the Glacier drop? It's got Hydra at its core. It uses Cardano smart contracts, so we have to write Cardano smart contracts. And Midnight is a Cardano native token at the end of the day, which means I have the same lived experience and frustrations as you, the builders. And you know what? If we can't get it done, well, sure as hell you can't. So we got to go fix that. That's why we're building products. The same with Lace. The construction of Lace meant we had the same lived experience as all you guys trying to build mobile wallets and browser wallets and trying to pull Cardano into the browser, make Cardano work in WebAssembly. Now we had to fix a lot of broken windows along the way. That's why we do these things.
And then a little bit more from Hosky here.
Our leadership was just drunk. It is kind of like walking into a broken town where prior leadership was just drunk and disengaged, and they didn't give a shit about anything, and having to fix the mess. We should have Layer 0. We should have Pith. We should have Chainlink. You know, this is not IO's fault. A lot of people go to X and they blame us. 600 million ADA was given the foundation to do stuff like that. I understand the leadership there feels that their purpose is to go make wine deals in Georgia or get the Dubai police to do something. But you know what? You live in an ecosystem and you're accountable to that ecosystem. What deals have you made with Solana? What deals have you made with AVAX? What deals have you made with people in the Bitcoin ecosystem? What integrations have you made? You say, well, we don't want to list CNTs because we don't want to pick sides. Great. Pay for the custodians to integrate CNTs so the exchanges can actually list Cardano assets. We had to do that. On the Midnight side, cost $23 million. 100% of that should have been paid by the CF. That's their job.
Guys, Midnight is doing more for Cardano right now than the Cardano Foundation ever has. So
why is that?
Well, the Cardano, this is like some like Cardano community drama. The Cardano Foundation has had a lot of beef lately with Charles, and it's an unfortunate thing, but that's what happens with community.
How can that even be a thing? Because Charles founded the community, right?
Well, the foundation is different. Like,
Oh.
so Input Output Global is Charles. He's the CEO of Input Output Global. And, they did basically write the code for Cardano and all of that. But the Cardano Foundation also plays a role too in several other aspects of the ecosystem, like, anything from marketing to, there's several entities at play here, not just IOG. So yeah.
That's who they are. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. We, in a year with the Midnight Foundation, put a deal team together and went and talked to everybody, negotiated with everybody. And they said, we thought you weren't interested. We thought Cardano was a dead chain. We looked at all the data from DeFi Llama and these other things. We didn't even realize anybody was still there. We tried to do deals with the foundation. They just basically didn't pick up the phone, or they would basically blow us off. And you know what? Guys, you own your record. Make a list of all the deals and integrations you've done in the Web3 space in the last 3 years. Make a list of the things that you've done to help CNTs. And no, not a tier 4 exchange doing $50,000 of volume. What have you done to bring Coinbase in? Copper is a requirement for that. You wouldn't pay for it. We did. That's a fact. That's a fact. So Midnight had to go and do all those things, and it continues to do those things, and they're expensive as hell. Some of these are 7 to 8 figure deals, multi-year deals. They're very expensive. And because Midnight lives on Cardano, because I know there's some of these sycophants that go and suck the CF cock because they want some money from them. And they say, oh, no, Midnight's a completely separate project. It has nothing to do with Cardano. Midnight lives on Cardano. The only way they can support Midnight is to support Cardano. Full stop. I'll repeat it. The only way they can support Midnight is to support Cardano.
Guys, this is the exact reason why Cardano is about to explode and become the most relevant chain in the space. Also, and I mean relevant in terms of DeFi meets institutions. There's going to be a lot of relevant chains out there doing its own thing. This last week taught us that Crow is, probably going to be the most relevant social chain out there. Like Crypto.com Arena, Truth Social. There's like, it's probably going to be the most relevant. Crow, will probably be the most relevant chain out there socially, right? And so there's, XRP is going to be the most relevant chain when it comes to banking, to global banking, right? So there's, guys, a lot of chains out there, play their different, very important roles. But I really do believe Cardano is going to become the most relevant chain when it comes to DeFi meeting institution. And that's crazy to say, because right now that's Ethereum. But just wait. Guys, Midnight is going to cause demand to flow into Cardano. Like, if Coinbase wants to list Midnight, that means that they are opening the floodgates to have support for Cardano native tokens. So guys, there's Midnight is a very, very, very huge deal.
So if Midnight needs an integration, Cardano's getting that integration. To get Midnight on the blockchain.com wallet, first had to list ADA. That's simple. It's not rocket science. And it is completely outside of the mind of some of the people floating around because they choose not to acknowledge that. They don't want to acknowledge that this project has done a lot. And it is the most likely CNT to be listed on big exchanges, tier 1 exchanges, the most likely. And of course, we've already read out the numbers, that huge airdrop, half were ADA, but the other half was non-ADA. So all those people had to come into Cardano.
Guys, did you hear that? Half of the Midnight that's been claimed already. 50% of the Midnight tokens that have been claimed are outside of Cardano's ecosystem. So Cardano holders have claimed half of the airdrop supply already. The other half of the airdrop supply that's been claimed up to this point are spread across the other 7 blockchains that are eligible to receive the token. So that's all of those holders of Bitcoin, of XRP, of Ethereum, of Solana, of Avalanche, of Brave token, Basic Attention token, of Polygon, right? All of those holders of those coins that wanted some Midnight, guys, they went out and they created a new Cardano wallet in order to receive the drop. So bullish for network effect.
And become a Cardano user to do that. And we proved out an entire economic model. And now stake pool operators get 2 revenue streams instead of 1. And it increases the sustainability of staking inside the system. I'm just tired of it. I just really am. And, it's frustrating that we have to pay out of pocket. And we're under so much scrutiny for all the things. If you give money to the IO, guys, it doesn't go to the Charles Piggy Bank Fund and I go do crazy shit with it, like buy Lamborghinis and other things. Here's the news flash. Off of the 108,000 Bitcoin that came through the Cardano thing, it made me a made man. Okay, when it goes to IOG, what we do is we end up using it, either write code, build new products, do integrations, and where do those products live? They live on Cardano, which brings users and TVL and volume and adoption. It keeps the protocol alive and relevant. And you want to nickel and dime us every step of the way. So is what it is. And for the most part, we've just moved on. Intersect is funded. The Treasury is working. The on-chain government is where it needs to be. We're moving on. Midnight is where it needs to be. The CF has nothing to do with Midnight. They couldn't even redeem their night. So they have no say in that ecosystem. And every future partner chain we build is going to be the exact same. And they'll die a slow heat death because they have no economic model. Now, ADA will continue to go up, so it'll give them a much longer runway. But they, by their structure, have no means to interface. Guys, you cannot have an organization where the board members have personal liability and expect them to do anything at all but go and plant flowers for war orphans. You have to take risks. You have to do deals where you can get sued and there's fiduciary issues. You have to deploy capital. You have to take a chance on things. And you can't do that in a conservative structure. It's handcuffs. They need to move the organization. We tried to do that. And for the 7,000th time, when we tried to do that, the minority of the board tried to fire the majority of the board, created a conflict. Lawsuits came in. We won them. Swiss government stepped in. ESA basically said, we're putting an administrator in, and that administrator is going to give you 2 options. Either I can liquidate the entire board and put it into a receivership, or you guys can jointly pick some new board members to replace yourselves and all resign. So when they make a statement like, oh, well, the IO picked these board members, they leave out the other part that if we didn't do it, the entire foundation would have been shut down for 3 to 5 years while the Swiss government, on its own volition, Theresa, decided to pick the board members. They leave that part out. See the lies and the lies and the lies? And there's no governance structure for you, the community, to pick the board members. Because here's the thing, it would be self-correcting. People would be disgruntled. Elections would happen. The prior board members would be fired. New board members would be brought in. Those new board members would, lo and behold, be aligned with the community's interest. That's what elections do. They clear out the dead weight. The majority of the board members of Intersect now, by the end of the year, all of them, all those majority of those members will be elected by the members. The entire constitutional committee, the new one coming in, is elected by you. It's accountable to you. The D-reps you picked. You don't like what they're doing. You don't like the decisions they're making. You fire them. You have a voice. You have a vote. That's the way it was supposed to be. It's not.
So you have 3 major, organizational contributors to Cardano: Input Output Global, Intersect, and the Cardano Foundation. what we're finding out is that the Cardano Foundation is going to bleed and die out, and it's going to be taken over by the community. Why are they so insulated? Why do they not want to hand over to the community when that's what Cardano was designed to do? I don't know. However, Input Output Global, which is Charles' organization, and Intersect are doing things the right way, and they're paving the future of the ecosystem for sure. You know, the Cardano Foundation could have been working on marketing. They could have put their own funds toward marketing up to this point, and they've done nothing. That's what the foundation was supposed to do. Someone could say Charles could have done it too, yeah. But the foundation, that's the whole point of the foundation.
Yeah.
Is to handle those social aspects of.
So that's why he's beefing, because the Swiss government appointed those people into the foundation. The foundations don't want to do what Cardano wants to do.
Yeah.
So what can you do about that? Can you vote them off the island, or can Cardano vote them off the island?
Yeah. So we're gonna start to see on-chain voting propositions coming up. It's going to be a little bit of a process, but you know, the on-chain community is going to basically overthrow the foundation here in the coming year or slightly longer maybe. But
that's crazy, because Charles designed Cardano to be self-governing. So they don't like the foundation. Technically, they can vote the foundation members out,
right,
when it's fully operating with the voting process, or however.
Yeah. and the foundation, you know, some of the behind-the-scenes drama in the community is the foundation literally accused Charles of stealing. What was it, 93 million ADA or whatever, and then he literally agreed to go through an audit, and the audit just finished not too long ago, and the audit came out and revealed that he hadn't stolen anything.
Because he burned his own founder keys. Why would he steal if he's just going to burn his keys?
Right.
That doesn't make any sense.
Right. Yeah. So, you know, wild stuff. Anyways, I'll cap it right there, but let me go see if there's anything I missed on Twitter that I shared. Oh yeah, guys, 87% chance of ETF of a Cardano ETF approval in 2025, according to Polymarket. Guys, this stands. You know, I shared it about Cardano just because that's what I do, but. Guys, this is the same thing. This is the same story for XRP, for Solana, for... Guys, I can't even keep track of the number of ETFs that are being filed. There's been a Dogecoin ETF filed by a very large institutional player. Like, I don't think it was Grayscale, but none... I wonder who filed it. Maybe we can look that up real quick.
We also... Calvin says... What's good, chat? Rough 1 week for sure. It's all good. I think we'll have another rough week, Calvin. Hey, Trent, can you have a look at some S coin called D? Think that's right. Check out the 6-month chart. What is this thing?
Hey, my keyboard died. I gotta put it on the charger. But look up real quick. Who filed the Dogecoin ETF? And while you do that, I'm gonna turn the music back up.
I was going to. Why do I have to look it up?
Because my keyboard just died.
I know, but I don't want to look it up. We just plug in your keyboard.
Well, I'm about to, but it's not at my desk. I gotta turn around.
You filed the Dogecoin ETF. That's the ITF. Whoops. ETF. Bitwise? 21 shares?
Yeah, exactly. Guys, very, very heavy players in the space. Like, I've literally lost track of the amount of altcoin ETFs that have been filed. Like, a few months ago, we could count them on one hand, right? Like, we knew exactly which ones they were. They were XRP, Solana, and Cardano. That was literally it.
Hedera.
Oh yeah. That's true. Hedera came in several months ago, right?
Hedera came in first.
Well, first.
Maybe Solana. Maybe Solana beat it, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, but today the point is I can't keep track of all the ETFs that have been filed now. There's literally someone filed for a Polkadot ETF.
Gross.
Yeah, I know, and it might have been Grayscale actually, and
Double gross.
Right. And I tend to think that one is because of like that one feels slimy to me just because of things that we know that we've talked about, you know. But guys, if Grayscale filed for a Polkadot ETF, what that shows me is that anything is up for grabs now. And I've literally lost track of all the filings. There's Doge, there's Polkadot, there's HBAR, there's Solana, XRP, and Cardano. Guys, there's like 5 more that I'm literally forgetting. Like it's what we are about to see. Like they have to approve or deny these things, and not all of them are going to get approved. I don't think.
Trent, are you able to look up this coin that Calvin's talking about, and then we have to wrap it up here pretty soon?
Oh yeah, Calvin. What's good, chat? Hey Trent, can you have a look at some shit coins called D? I probably can't find this on TradingView, Calvin. If it's just called D, let me see here.
Buffett said that Ada's never coming back, and he hopes it dies.
Well, I'm sure you did say that, but it's okay. I still like you,
form of government.
DUSDT.
Muffhead, I was talking to a coworker, and I was like, "What are you guys gonna do?" He's a Democrat, and I was like, "Hey, what are you gonna do for you guys' new leader?" And he said he would vote for Ocasio-Cortez, and he would be proud to have her run. I just said, I hope you do have her run.
Muffhead, most altcoins have lost 80% of their value to Bitcoin, and the ADA Bitcoin chart has been one of the strongest ones over the last month or so. Also, democracy is not really Cardano's government. It's more of a representative, a represented republic, a democratic republic, much more similar to the United States. The reason why is because on Cardano's chain, you have delegated representatives that you delegate to that will do the voting for you. Now, you can choose to run your own node. You're just not going to have a lot of voting power. So you do delegate to representatives in a stake pool to represent your interests. It's much closer to a democratic republic like the United States. Okay, let's see here. TradingView. D, I think this is the coin. I mean, this is bad, right? Like, I mean,
would that be rounded bottom, or is that if it's not dead, then maybe come back?
Let me go down to the hour, because that was a daily, and there's not enough data. Let me see the 4 hour. Well, I mean, Stokes are low. You just have this huge range of nothing going on. Like that can that can keep going that direction for a long time without doing anything. Right?
If
So
Trent's
like,
telling you, you should probably find something better. And not saying that this is the worst, but it's not giving indications that it should be bullish.
you took the words right out of my mouth. There you go. That's like, yeah, exactly. That's the only thing I have to say about this.
Okay. Well, guys, on that note, I think it's a good time to wrap it up. You're an hour and a half. Pretty much, we think we covered everything. There was a lot of data to go over, and we'll probably continue to go over it tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll be on 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. I just want to give a shout out to everybody who came in today, who supported our channel. Guys, we went from 418 to 424. All these subscribers, guys, you're helping us grow a crazy amount. We got TI in here. We're going to reach out to you and get you on the show. And I appreciate everybody who's here, man. So thank you so much for coming on. We'll be back tomorrow. You guys, enjoy the end of your weekend. Enjoy Labor Day if you don't have to work. I have to work because, guys, garbage never stops, man. It never stops. And, hey, that's not maybe the reason why we dumped this weekend, Labor Day. So hopefully expect something great Tuesday. I would say Tuesday, maybe not tomorrow. But, guys, Trent and I are out. Deuces. You can say peace if you want, Trent.
Peace. Cheers.